With an extraordinary glimpse into the personal life of a young Elizabeth Taylor through her own words. More than 60 unpublished love letters written by Taylor when she was just 17. We're going to talk to the auctioneer who's selling them in a moment, but first, NBC's Kristen Welker has the details. Hey, Kristen, good morning again.
Well, good morning again to you, Ann. As you know, Elizabeth Taylor grew up in the public eye, so there's really very little we haven't seen of her. But these letters are shedding new light on the icon's legacy.
She was among the last of the true Hollywood legends. Now it seems Elizabeth Taylor's legacy may be matched only by the vast fortune she left behind.
Elizabeth Taylor is probably the greatest example of a celebrity who took their image and turned it into a brand and made a lot of money doing it.
Estimates put Taylor's worth anywhere between $600 million to $1 billion. She had amassed an extensive collection of art, antiques, lavish homes, and above all,
these have always brought me luck.
Jewelry.
For Elizabeth Taylor, jewelry was magic.
Expert John Block says Taylor's jewelry collection could fetch at least $150 million. Almost all of her jewels were gifts from the men she loved, except a few, including the Prince of Wales brooch. Block delivered the gem personally.
She comes eventually swishing down the stairs, looking absolutely magnificent. And she said, "John, now you may present me with my jewel."
Financial experts say Taylor could earn more in death than she did in life. Her perfume line, White Diamonds, netted more than $70 million last year alone.
But now that she is gone, who controls her estate? And where will her worldly possessions go?
Elizabeth Taylor has 4 children. We're told that much of her estate will be divided up amongst them, but that an unspecified amount will also go to charity.
Her legacy will include newly released love letters that she wrote as a 17-year-old starlet to her then fiancé, 22-year-old William Pauley Jr., many penned on pale pink or blue stationery. "I've never known this kind of love before," Taylor wrote on May 6, 1949. In another letter, Taylor talks about giving up her career for Pauley. "I will be gaining the greatest gift that God bestows on man: love, marriage, a family." The relationship soon faded, but Taylor went on to wed 8 times, including to legendary actor Richard Burton. And it was his last love letter to her that Taylor insisted upon being buried with. The letters are a newly discovered part of Taylor's past, and one more reason what she left behind is priceless.
Now, it's estimated those letters could fetch at least $25,000 to $35,000. Ann?
All right. Thanks so much, Kristen. Bobby Livingston is from RR Auction, the auction house that's been selling these love letters, and they're selling them next month, and he's brought us several of them over to our studio. Hey, Bobby, good morning.
Good morning.
How is it that the timing of this happened, that so soon after Elizabeth Taylor's death, these letters are up for auction?
It's just a coincidence. Mr. Pauley had given them to us about 2 years ago, and we've been planning a big Hollywood auction in May, and we just happened to have the lot, and they tell the story of their romance, and they're really spectacular.
Here's a photograph of him there, and here they are together. Beautiful couple. And they're from the letters, it seems as though she loved him deeply.
Incredibly. They met on a summer vacation. She was off from MGM, and she went to Florida, met him. He's the son of a millionaire, and from the moment she got back on the plane, for 7 months, she wrote over 60 letters.
He gave her her first diamond?
He did, a white diamond, and he gave it to her, and she loved it. And as the romance got a little off track, he demanded it back.
Uh-oh.
And she wrote in there, "I'll give you back this diamond, but my heart is embedded in the center of it." This is beautiful stuff.
Oh, my. Let's read from a little bit more from these letters. You have so many of them. The handwriting is really beautiful.
So you can read that.
Oh, I can read it. "Oh, Bill, darling, I do love you so very much." No, it's so very, very much. Underlined with the second very. "And I miss you so much that it feels like my heart were going to break. Do you know, Bill, I think I love you now more than I ever have before." I better stop before this gets too personal.
Isn't that fantastic?
And that is pretty personal, as it is.
Unbelievable. So the letters also cover her career, A Place in the Sun. She was filming in Lake Tahoe and talks about where she had to go swimming in the frozen lake in a bikini at 20 degrees. So it's an incredible group.
She wrote them from planes, from movie sets like this movie here, A Place in the Sun. And do they reveal something more than about their love affair? Does it reveal something about these movies, what's going on in her life?
Well, I think as a 17-year-old, this was her first love, her first mature love. She says it and she talks about it constantly, how this has grown up and how she's going to be Mrs. William Pauly the rest of her life, and they're going to have grandchildren together. And she talks about her future here. And it's really incredible. But as it goes south, it gets sad. It gets real sad. But she's reassuring him she will love him forever. But he wants her to stop her career and marry.
And she didn't really, she was talked at some point in the letters about doing so, but in fact she didn't. I mean, obviously she didn't, but she did something that caused him to say, that's it. Is that right?
Absolutely. She signed a new 2-year contract with MGM.
And there you go. And there we have the rest of her career. There's a letter here with different script, and it's because it's from her mother. Is that right?
That's right. That's the final letter her mother wrote
to him
on her behalf, saying, I talked to Elizabeth, you're insanely jealous and you can't see her again.
Of her career.
Yeah, of her career.
Oh, I see.
In his character. But he obviously still loved her all these years. He kept these letters in incredible condition, cherished them, obviously.
And he's now how old?
He's 90.
90 years old.
90, and it's a big what if. What if she had married him?
Right, exactly. But also that it happened at all, I'm sure, and that he's kept them all these years, quietly, until now.
Right.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Bobby. And the auction is next month.
Yeah, it's in May. Yeah.
35,000 or more, you think? Well, you're the auctioneer. So.
Well, we figured it was about 25 to 35,000 before her death. Sky's the limit now. We really don't know.
All right. Well, we'll find out. Thanks so much for joining us this morning and giving us this lovely glimpse.